Yeah, good morning students. In the last session, we are completed one unit in organic part of paper 5A. Now we are moving to second unit in paper 5A, that is amino compounds. Amino compounds are amines. So in this unit, we are going to discuss about introduction of amines, classification of amines as primary and secondary and tertiary. And the next concept is nomenclature of amines. So in this concept we are going to discuss about how we can give or assign the names to organic compounds by using IUPAC rules. In this concept, classification of amines as primary, secondary and tertiary. And the next concept is preparative methods of amines. So in this concept we are going to discuss about the reactions involved in the preparation of amines, that is aliphatic amines and aromatic amines. The next concept is physical properties of amines. So in this physical property concept we are considered on what is the melting point, boiling point and solubility and basic character of amines. And the next concept is chemical properties of amines. So in this concept we are discussed about how the amines are reacted with other reagents and how the products generate and their formation. Now, before going to our chapter amines, one question that comes in your mind is what are amines? What are amines? What are amines? So the name amines comes from ammonia. The name amines comes from ammonia. Amines are derivatives of ammonia obtained by replacement of one hydrogen or two hydrogen or all the three hydrogen atoms by an alkyl group or aryl group. I repeat again. What are amines? The name comes from ammonia. Amines are derivatives of ammonia obtained by replacement of one hydrogen, two hydrogen or three hydrogen atoms by an alkyl group or aryl group. What is ammonia? NH3 is called ammonia. In ammonia, the nitrogen atom is attached to three hydrogen atoms. What are amines? Amines are derivatives of ammonia. Here in ammonia, nitrogen is attached to three hydrogen atoms. If we replace one hydrogen atom by an alkyl group or aryl group, then we obtained primary amines. It is primary amine. Now again we can replace another hydrogen atom by an alkyl group or aryl group, then we can get secondary amines. If another hydrogen atom is replaced by alkyl or aryl group, then can get tertiary amine. So amines are derivatives of ammonia. So these are obtained by, amines are obtained by replacement of one hydrogen atom, two hydrogen atoms and three hydrogen atoms by an alkyl group or aryl group. So let us write few examples. For example, if one hydrogen atom is replaced by CH3 group in ammonia, then we can get CH3NH2. In this molecule, the hydrogen atom is replaced by methyl group. The name of this compound is methyl amine. Methyl amine or aminomethane. Aminomethane. So it is IUPAC name and it is a common name. In the later session, we will discuss about common names and IUPAC names of amines. If one hydrogen atom in ammonia is replaced by benzene ring, then we can get C6H5NH2. The name of this compound is aminobenzene, or common name is aniline. So these two are primary amines, because here in ammonia molecule, one hydrogen atom is replaced by methyl and one hydrogen atom is replaced by phenyl. In this molecule, hydrogen atom is replaced by phenyl group. So these two are primary amines. In place of second hydrogen atom, if we have to take another methyl group, then we can get secondary amine. The name of this compound is dimethylamine. Dimethylamine. So if the three hydrogen atoms in ammonia molecule is replaced by three methyl groups, three hydrogen atoms in the ammonia molecule is replaced by three methyl groups, then can get trimethylamine. It is a tertiary amine. Or we can also replace hydrogen by different alkyl groups. In this molecule, I replace two hydrogen atoms by two methyl groups. Now, I replace one hydrogen by methyl and second hydrogen by ethyl and third hydrogen by propyl. Then we can get different types of amine. If we have to replace hydrogen atoms by different alkyl groups, then we can obtain different types of amines. Here the name of this compound is, here nitrogen is attached to methyl and ethyl and propyl. So the name of this compound is ethyl methyl propyl amine. The name of this compound is ethyl methyl propyl amine. So it is about amines. I hope you understand what are amines. Now, why you are studying about amines? Why you are studying about amines? Why we studying about amines? Why you are studying about amines? Why you are studying about amines? We eat food, vegetables, fruits in our daily life. So all the food content or fruits or vegetables contains proteins and vitamins. All the food content or vegetables or fruits contains proteins and vitamins. So proteins and vitamins contains amino compounds, amino groups. So proteins and vitamins are simply amines. If we have to see the structure of proteins and vitamins, the structures contains amino groups, and the proteins and vitamins are very important compounds. If the deficiency of vitamins and and proteins, we get a lot of diseases. If we are infected by any disease, to cure the disease, we have to use some medicines, that means drugs. The drugs also contains amino compounds. If you have to see the structure of the drug, few drugs, or at least most of the drugs, contains amino compounds. And dyes, coloring compounds, or contains amino compounds or amino group. So dyes are obtained from amino compounds. Dyes are obtained from amino compounds. Alkaloids and hormones are also contains amino compounds. Alkaloids and hormones are also contains amino compounds. What is mean by alkaloid? So here alkaloid is a natural product which we are obtained from natural sources like plants, animal sources. Here alkaloids having so many type of biological activities. So alkaloids are used as to cure the cancer. It is an anti-neoplastic agent. Alkaloids are used as anti-neoplastic agents, and alkaloids are also used for hypertension, anti-hypertensive drugs. So these alkaloids are also contains amines. So here proteins, vitamins, drugs, dyes, alkaloids, all the compounds contains amino compounds. So this is about this is the importance of amino compound in our daily life. This is the importance of amino compound in our daily life. So it is good to study about amino compounds. It is good to study about amino compounds. So that is why, because of the importance of amino compounds in our day-to-day life, we are definitely learn about amines. So this is the introduction of amines. I think you understand what are amines and why we are studying about amines. Now we are moving to next concept in amino compounds. The next concept in amino compounds is classification of amines. Classification of amines. Classification of amines. Here this classification is classification of amines. So amines are classified into simply two types. One is aliphatic amine and second one is aromatic amine. One is aromatic amine and second one is aliphatic amine. So simply amines are represented as RNH2. Amines are represented as RNH2. If R is alkyl group, then the compounds are called aliphatic amines. If R is methyl, then we can get CH3NH2. If R is C2H5 ethyl, then we can get ethylamine. If R is propyl, then we can get C3H7NH2 propylamine. Again, these aliphatic amines are classified into simply three types. One is primary amine, another one is secondary amine, and third one is tertiary amine. What is primary amine, what is secondary amine, and what is tertiary aliphatic amine? If one carbon is directly attached to nitrogen atom in amino group, then the compounds are called primary amines. Here I write few examples. In all the three examples, the nitrogen is attached to one carbon atom. Here nitrogen is attached to C2H5, but we have to write the structure of C2H5NH2, CH3, CH2, NH2. In this molecule, nitrogen is directly connected to only one carbon, so that it is also a primary amine. Here C3H7 means C3H7, CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2. Here in this molecule also, the nitrogen is directly attached to only one carbon, so that it is also a primary amine. So these three are the examples of primary amines. You can also write in place of propyl group ethyl, butyl, isopropyl, isobutyl, pentyl, any alkyl group. Here nitrogen atom is directly attached to an alkyl system, so that these are aliphatic amines. Here what is primary amine? If one carbon atom is directly attached to nitrogen atom in amino group are called primary amines. Here these are the examples of primary amines. What is the name of this compound? Methylamine, ethylamine, propylamine. If C4H9 is attached to nitrogen atom, C4 CH3, CH2, 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 NH2. Here 6 hydrogen, 6 plus 3, okay. C4H9. C4H9 NH2 is attached to NH2, then it is butylamine. If CH3 is attached to NH2, then it is also a primary amine, but here the group is isopropyl. Here the group is propyl. So iso means the carbon atom is attached to two methyl groups, then we can call it as iso. So that in this molecule the carbon atom is directly attached to two methyl groups, so that it is called as isopropyl. So isopropyl group is attached to nitrogen atom, so that it is simply called as isopropyl amine. So these all are examples of primary amines. So now what is secondary amine? Now what is secondary amine? So secondary amine means if two carbon atoms are directly attached to nitrogen in amino group, then the compounds are called secondary amines. For example, we have to write CH3N CH3. Here in this molecule, the nitrogen is directly attached to two carbons, so that it is secondary amine. So what is the name of this compound? Dimethylamine. Dimethylamine. If one CH3 is attached to nitrogen and one ethyl group is attached to nitrogen, then what is the name of this compound? Ethyl methylamine. In this compound also, the nitrogen is directly connected to two carbons. Here C2H5 is written as CH2 and CH3. So it is also secondary amine, and the name of this compound is ethyl methylamine. So like this we can write so many examples. For example, in place of CH3, we can also write another ethyl group. So the compound name is diethylamine. So these all are examples of secondary amine. So what is secondary amine? Secondary amine means if the amino group is attached to the nitrogen atom in amino group is attached to two carbon atoms, the compounds are called secondary amines. What is tertiary amine? What is tertiary amine? If three carbon atoms directly attached to nitrogen atom in amino group, the compounds are called tertiary amines. If three methyl groups are directly attached to nitrogen atom, then it is called tertiary amine. In this molecule, the nitrogen is directly connected to three carbon atoms, so that it is an example of tertiary amine. So what is the name of this compound? Here nitrogen is directly connected to three methyl groups, so that trimethylamine. The name of this compound is trimethylamine. The name of this compound is trimethylamine. You can also write, for example, C2H5, N, C2H5 and C2H5. Here in this molecule, nitrogen is attached to three ethyl groups. Now, the name of this compound is triethylamine. So here aliphatic amines are classified into three types. One is primary aliphatic amine, secondary aliphatic amine, and tertiary aliphatic amine. Here we have another type of amine, that is quaternary amine. That is quaternary amine. Simply these are called quaternary ammonium salts. Quaternary ammonium salts. So these amines are different from these amines. Here, if we have to see the structure of amine, primary amine, CH3NH2. We have to see the structure of one example of secondary amine, dimethylamine. If we have to see one example of tertiary amine, in this the nitrogen is attached to 3 carbon atoms. But in quaternary amine, quaternary means 4. That means here the nitrogen is connected to or attached to 4 carbon atoms directly. Here if the nitrogen forms 4 bonds, then it gets a positive charge because the valency of nitrogen is 3. That means it generates only 3 bonds. If it forms 4th bond, how can it form 4th bond? The lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen atom is donated to incoming methyl group or electrophile, then it forms the 4th bond. Here the quaternary ammonium salts are somewhat different from primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine, because in primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amines the nitrogen is trivalent. Here the nitrogen is trivalent, that means nitrogen is directly attached to 3 groups only. But in quaternary amine the nitrogen is directly attached to 4 bonds, that means it is a tetravalent. And also here in primary amine and secondary amine and tertiary amine the nitrogen carries a lone pair of electrons, but here the lone pair of electrons are utilized to form 4th bond. So that is the main difference between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine with quaternary amines. These quaternary ammonium salts are very useful for phase transfer catalytic reactions. These quaternary ammonium salts are very useful for phase transfer catalysis or phase transfer catalysis reactions. For example, what is phase transfer catalysis reaction? For example, if you have to done a chemical reaction between A and B, if the nature of A is aqueous and B nature is non-aqueous. If we have to done a reaction between aqueous solvent and aqueous reagent and non-aqueous reagent, these two are immiscible compounds. These two are immiscible compounds. So the reaction does not take place, or the rate of the reaction between A and B is very low. If you have to done chemical reaction between 2 immiscible liquids, then you can add a phase transfer catalyst. The phase transfer catalyst is soluble in both aqueous solvents and non-aqueous solvents. So phase transfer catalyst is soluble in both aqueous solvents and non-aqueous solvents. Then the rate of the reaction is this phase transfer catalyst. Catalyst means it enhances the rate of the reaction, but it does not involve the rate of the reaction. Here, then if we have to add phase transfer catalyst for this reaction, then the rate of the reaction is high. Then we can get yield of the product is high. So this is about quaternary ammonium salts. So quaternary ammonium salts are very useful for phase transfer catalysis. They usually, the regularly used quaternary ammonium salt is tetrabutyl ammonium salt. Tetrabutyl ammonium salt. It is regularly used quaternary ammonium salt. That means useful for phase transfer catalyst. This is about aliphatic amines. What is aliphatic amines? What are aliphatic amines? If in R and H2, if R is alkyl group, then they are called aliphatic amines. Here they are again classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. Now we are moving to aromatic amines. So what is aromatic amine? Generally amines are represented as R and H2. If R is an aromatic system, that means benzene, anthracene, naphthalene, like that, then the compounds are called aromatic amines. Again, these aromatic amines are usually classified into 2 types. One is nucleus substituted amines, and second one is nitrogen substituted amines. The simplest aromatic amine is aniline. The simplest aromatic amine is aniline. That means here R is a benzene nucleus. If have to take an alkyl group on benzene nucleus, then you can get orthotoluidine or orthoamino. Now, the name of this compound is orthoaminotoluene or orthomethylaniline, or the common name of this compound is orthotoluidine. Orthotoluidine. If the CH3 group is present at this carbon atom, the name of this compound is metatoluidine. If CH3 group is opposite to NH2 group, the name of the compound is paratoluidine. Here, the alkyl substitution is at nucleus, that means in benzene nucleus. That means in the hydrogen atom in benzene nucleus is replaced by one alkyl group. So these type of amines are called nucleus substituted amines. Here we have another type of amines, those are called nitrogen substituted amines. So that means here we have aniline. If alkyl group is substituted at nitrogen atom, then we can get secondary amine. So it is nitrogen substituted aromatic amine, or it is simply called as mixed amine. Why? Because here the molecule contains one alkyl group and one aryl group. So here the molecule contains one aryl group and one alkyl group. So that these type of compounds are also called as mixed amines. These are also called as mixed amines. Here the name of this compound is aniline. Here the name of this compound is in aniline, the nitrogen is substituted by methyl group, so that name of this compound is N-methyl aniline. N-methyl aniline. If the second nitrogen atom in aniline is replaced by another alkyl group, then we can get a tertiary amine. Again, here we can also classify amines as primary, secondary or tertiary also. Here we can also classify aromatic amines as like aliphatic amines. But here we can classify aromatic amines as nucleus substituted aromatic amines and nitrogen substituted aromatic amines. The classification is only for to know the compounds very easily. Here this compound is N,N-dimethyl aniline. N,N-dimethyl aniline. Here these two compounds are isomers. Here orthotoluidine is isomer with N-methyl aniline. N-methyl aniline. This is about classification of aromatic amines. Aromatic amines are classified into nucleus substituted amines and nitrogen substituted amines. This is about classification of amines. Now we are moving to next concept, that is structure of amine. Structure of amine. How the amine structure looks. How the amine structure looks. So amines are obtained from ammonia. I am already told that amines are obtained from ammonia. Amines are obtained from ammonia. Now we are discussing about structure of structure of amine. Structure of amines. Amines are obtained from ammonia, so that the structure of amines looks like ammonia. That means we have to know the structure of ammonia, then we can write the structure of amine. We are already studied in your earlier class, that means in your intermediate and your 10th class and degree, we know the structure of amine. What is the structure of amine? What is the geometry of amines? Geometry of amines is pyramidal. And what is the hybridization of ammonia? The nitrogen atom in ammonia is sp3 hybridized. How it is sp3 hybridized? the electronic configuration, the ground state electronic configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Here 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals are mixed together to produce 4 sp3 hybridized orbital. 4 sp3 hybridized orbital. Now nitrogen having 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. Now one sp3 hybridized orbital on nitrogen atom is overlapped with hydrogen. Another sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen is overlapped with second hydrogen atom, then it forms one NH bond. Here you get a second NH bond, and the third sp3 hybridized orbital of nitrogen is overlapped with third nitrogen atom. Here nitrogen is sp3 hybridized. Here nitrogen is sp3 hybridized. The 3 sp3 hybridized orbitals are utilized for the formation of 3 NH bonds. Now it has another sp3 hybrid orbital. The fourth sp3 hybridized orbital contains unshared pair of electrons or lone pair of electrons. Here, if any compound exhibits sp3 hybridization, now what is the structure of sp3 hybridized molecules? Actually, the structure of sp3 hybridized molecule is tetrahedral. But here our ammonia molecule contains lone pair of electrons. Here our ammonia molecule contains lone pair of electrons, so that because of that repulsions between bond pair and lone pair, the tetrahedral structure is changed to pyramidal structure. And in tetrahedral structure the bond angle is 109.5 degrees, but here our structure is, our geometry is pyramidal. The structure of, the bond angle of ammonia is 107 degrees. So here the structure of ammonia is pyramidal. Now we are discussing about structure of amines. So amines comes from ammonia molecule. In place of one hydrogen atom, we take methyl group, and second hydrogen atom is replaced by another methyl group, and third hydrogen atom is also replaced by another methyl group or aryl group. So that means in place of one hydrogen we have one methyl group. So that the structure of ammonia is looks like the structure of amines looks like ammonia. That means in ammonia molecule also the nitrogen is sp3 hybridized and the structure or geometry is pyramidal, but here the bond angles are somewhat deviated from 109 degrees. Usually the trimethyl, actually this bond angle is for trimethyl. The trimethyl amine, in trimethyl amine the bond angle is 108 degrees. Here if we have to take a primary amine, in primary amine one hydrogen is replaced by hydrogen atom. One hydrogen atom is replaced by one hydrogen atom. Now we have to draw the orbital structure of primary amine. Here we have 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. Those are here. Here one sp3 hybridized orbital is overlapped with hydrogen atom, another sp3 hybridized orbital overlapped with second hydrogen atom, and the third sp3 hybridized orbital is having lone pair of electrons. The fourth hybridized orbital contains formed bond with carbon atom. Here hybridization of carbon is sp3 hybridized. Here the bond is formed in between sp3 hybridized orbital and s orbital. Here the bond is sp3 hybridized orbital and s. Here the carbon is also sp3 hybridized. How the bond is formed? Here sp3 hybridized orbital carbon is overlapped with another sp3 hybridized orbital of the nitrogen. Here in primary amine one bond is sp3 orbital overlapping, and the remaining two are sp3 orbital is overlapped with one s orbital. In secondary amine, in place of this s orbital overlapping, The second hybridized orbital is also overlapped. Then get sp3 overlapping. In tertiary means the third sp3 hybridized orbital on nitrogen atom is overlapped with another sp3 hybridized orbital of carbon atom in alkyl group, so that amines are pyramidal structure and the bond angle is nearly 107 to 108. So the bond angle is deviated from actual pyramidal structure because of the presence of maybe alkyl groups. So this is about structure of amines. Thank you. In the next session, we are going to discuss about IUPAC nomenclature and common names of amines and isomerization in amines.